Hey, this is Greg Hawks again, and this is another sourcing in real life thing a week. And I just wanted to mention a couple things today. First of all, one of our friends, Susanna Frazier and Han Tetzi, have another sourcing game. They designed a new sourcing game based around the Harry Potter theme. So even if you're not a Harry Potter nerd, I think it's good practice to kind of utilize some of the different methods of finding talent, and that's a good example on how to do that. And plus, you can use kind of this Pottermore website if you're not a Hogwarts guru by any means, or if you're not part of House Slytherin, the best house. But you can use that and kind of use that as a point to research. So that's a little hack. I wanted to talk to you guys about something I was doing yesterday, because right now I'm doing full cycle recruiting on the engineering side as well as sourcing, and I had to do I call it quick and dirty sourcing. I didn't have a lot of time to really dig in and find talent. So, but I had pulled some of these conference lists when I was doing some research on my phone of all places, when I was trying to get my daughter to go to sleep. So, but I had done some digging on my phone. I'd done a site search. In this case, I was looking for a conference with some of this stuff, and I've used Sketch before because Sketch has a lot of public information. And let me just see if I can show you guys this. I'm going to try to make this one quick today, because I get to talking and then it turns into like a 15-minute conversation. And I know a lot of people don't have time for that. So with that, I mean, so basically sitesearchsketch.com, and I'm not even looking for attendees or speakers. I'm just looking for some skills, right? And I was able to pull up several conferences. The Node looks like a good one. DevConf is a good one. And speakers, that's it. Speakers and attendees. And I can see here, I should be able to see here, there's several pages of these, but it doesn't look like this one has several pages. So one of the things that I did, because I had all these on my phone, I sent an email to myself, so I have a list of all of them. And sometimes, especially the attendee list, have several pages. And I literally didn't have time to dig through all of them to find the URLs and things like that. So what I did is I used my multiple URL opener. I know I'm going through a lot of tools, but I've talked about some of these before in previous videos. So if you're not familiar with these, especially this URL opener, this is one of my favorite things lately. But see, look, it pulls all of the URLs, it opens all of them at the same time. And I usually use this on like LinkedIn to open multiple profiles at once, or if I'm on a profile site to open multiple profiles at once too. What I'm trying to do here is see if there's any additional attendee pages, because I want everybody. This is the one I was looking at earlier. So basically what I'm looking for is patterns, okay? And if I click on this one, it shows blah, 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 all that jazz, directory attendees /2. That's page 2, right? And let's go down page 3. Let's see what page. So, I mean, it's a simple change. So when I go and scrape this with my go-to web scraper, which is WebScraper.io, done a couple videos on those. So has Brent Feig and his Untech videos. So look at those too, because he has a really great tutorial on how to do that. So I basically built this scraper, and you don't have to build a scraper. I'm just showing you what I did. Because basically, instead of going through here and finding all the specific URLs, which you can do, I mean, basically I would find a conference and then add page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, and I have one that's like 6 pages. And you saw how many attendees that was, right? So you're talking about a huge amount of information. And I've tried to do this with data miner before, and pagination sometimes works. I didn't have time to mess with pagination with this tool or with other tools. But what I want to show you is the end result once I had all this set up, and how much of a powerful tool web scraper can be, because this is free. This doesn't cost me anything. And let me just pull the list that I had here. What was it? I was really busy yesterday, but I want to show you the end result, because yeah, I did have to do some tinkering, but the end result is this many people. And it took me, I mean, it literally took me several hours, but it was funny because I was watching my computer go through each profile and pull information. And this isn't the most information, but it's enough. It's got the name, it's got their company. I mean, I can actually use some of Holly Mallow's techniques about pulling email hunter and Google Sheets together to probably find their emails, or I could just look up their profile. A lot of the information is on their profile. I mean, I found several people that had Twitter profiles and other information on here. But I mean, that's 7,000 people, and this is between 5 different conferences. You see a lot of red hats on there. We're looking for Linux people. Just lots of techs, lots of tech type people. There's a couple people from my company here that nobody poach, please. But it's a good example of, once you have your stack of tools, or you have certain tools that you utilize every day, and you have it all set up, how powerful it all can be when you combine them all together. So I mean, and I had phone screens I had to do yesterday. I had interviews, I had meetings, and I had this working in the background. So we talk about automation and combining tools a lot. This is a prime example, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to show you this, because not only to show what tools I use, and there's videos out there that will go into more detail on how to set this up, but what the outcome is, because that's something that I don't think we talk a lot about. What's the overall outcome? What's the ROI? And I hate the word ROI. I hate the letters ROI, but what's the return on diving in and getting all experimental with this stuff? This is the payoff. That many people. I mean, now what I have to do is I have to go through all this. I have to identify, I have to shortlist all these people, which is a lot of work. But when you're talking conferences, this is where the leaders are going to be. This is where the speakers are going to be. And I can literally probably organize this by speakers and attendees, by names, by company names if I want to, and just because some attendees will enter information, some attendees won't. Most speakers will, though. So so this is just raw data, but I wanted you guys to see, because I think it's advantageous to really experiment sometimes, to really dig into some of these tools, and use the process that works for you. Because I mean, look at all these URLs that I pulled, and each one of these probably has like 30, 40 people on them, because I didn't have time to figure out the pagination. I'm still working on it, but my process had to be quick and dirty yesterday, and automating things, making and streamlining, and having your tools work in the background. I mean, that frees up a lot of time so you can do other things like I was doing yesterday too. So yeah, so if you guys have any questions on that, please feel free to reach out to me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for reading. And I hope this all helps. And Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there, but like I said, you've got to utilize what makes sense to you, what helps streamline your process, and what you have time for. Like if you can only do quick and dirty sourcing, you've got to do quick and dirty sourcing. So if you're working a high volume, you've got to use different tools and processes than somebody who's looking for niche talent, or looking for like biochem people in a very focused mass spec area. So but no, I mean, hopefully that helps. And yeah, again, thanks for watching, thanks for sharing this, and I'll talk to you soon.